Okay, let's see if this is working. That seems to be working. So, let's check. Let's try to flare out the hair a little bit. It's not that great today. I'm sorry, kids. I didn't feel like doing my hair. So I'm going to invite people to the channel real quick, and then I'll be right with you. So we take the link right here, and we copy it, and copy the link, and then we go to Insta, and go here. And I'm just going to say streaming now. Then we'll go over to messages. Go here, new message, Amy. We're going to do Ray. Going to do Bree. And then I'm going live now. Going live now. Then we go here. We paste the thing. And then we go there. Ba-doom. Cool, we did that one. Then we gotta go invite DNS because we live in the hellscape of the internet today. So gotta go to Telegram. And gonna say going live right now. Boo boo boo. Going live right now. Boom. There's the link. Go. Okay, cool. Then we're gonna go back here. See if anybody's here. Nobody's here yet. Okay, well, we got that up. Guess we're just gonna wait for people to come. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know if anybody's coming. I'm gonna take a drink. I'm gonna take another drink. I'm actually gonna take a couple drinks here. Anybody who might be watching, you might want to skip ahead a minute. I might just be screaming into the void today. We'll see. I want to give you a good show. A good show being a good show. Something where you're like, wow, I just watched that show and I feel more better now. And it's hot. It was really, really hot coffee. Well, so it's just me and you. Person who's watching the replay. So, oh my God. It's Amy Pellegrini. And she's picking up Donovan. And I'm so happy. Good to see you, Amy. Oh, swish. But yo, here. And you got a crown now. You're a crown / #1. Hashtag fuck my phone. Let me know when Dono's in the car so I'll stop swearing. Here we go. I'm back. We're waiting on the gal to get here, so I won't be able to... Okay. Well, thank you for the heads up, Ray. So, Amy, you want to talk about anything? What you want to talk about? I'm going to take another drink. Hashtag F my phone too. He swears more than me. Yeah, dude, it's... Gotta work on it. Gotta work on it. We don't need our kids swearing more than us. Like, Cordelia used to say, what the fuck, Payday? Even when Payday, like, even after he died, like, we're driving around and, like, I'd get mad in school and be like, oh my God, what the fuck? And she'd be like, what the fuck, Payday? Oh my God, the spider got a wasp. It's awesome. It's awesome. We like to see that. Good job, spiders. That's why we keep them around. Hey, Amy, I guess I'll get to it. You just had coffee with Scott Adams. Oh, lovely. How was Scott today? I listened to a little bit of it, and then I had to stop when he's like, it could have been the Iranians. Okay, Scott. Okay, get that? Like, yeah, sure, bro. Cool. And he did his speculation thing. I'm like, I can't listen to this. And then I listened to more of it, and I was like, okay. I guess I can listen to this. But, like, I don't know. I've been a little checked out, Amy. I'm going to take my last drink of coffee here, and I'll jump into it. So, first of all, I don't have an action plan, okay? I'm not even mad yet. I'm just sad, okay? So, I'm sad that Charlie Kirk died, that he was assassinated. The guy was assassinated, and it was a political assassination. But really all I can think about is it's like a dad and his kids, like, you know, some dad with 2 little kids. Like, he's younger than us. He's quite a bit younger. He's 10 years younger than us, Amy. More for me. And I don't think we need to have like a solution to everything right now. Now, I was kind of, part of this stream is I was intending for it to be like more Kane modeled. Like I'd like to talk to the 14-year-olds because I might be able to make a difference with them. But the boomers, they're hopeless. Gen Xers are kind of useless. Millennials, I've already kind of picked their side, and so we'll just see about the next generation. Hopefully you guys can fix everything. Because I don't have a whole lot of hope in mind. So what's appropriate? What I would recommend to everybody. So I don't have an action plan on what America needs to do and what's next, but here's something that you can do. Take a list of everybody who said something terrible, anybody who's celebrating this, anything. Anybody who shares memes joking about this, cut them out of your life, okay? So there's a lady who did that stuff here. I'm actually pretty impressed, and I'll read your comment in a second, Amy, but I'm pretty impressed with like my Facebook friends because I even searched as be like, okay, who am I going to delete? Very few. And then there's one who, like, I'm not going to delete her because she didn't say anything that bad. It was bad, but it wasn't that bad. She wasn't, like, cheering it on. Hey, what up, Dan Lamborghini? Gorilla Dan's in the house. Let me see. Amy says, all of the 14-year-olds and most of the boys at his school are in the same mindset of you and I. It's true. Well, the young dudes they're all right-wingers. I feel sorry for them. Like, I'm going to do an episode at some point at, like, how to get girls for young guys. And I think you're basically going to have to de-radicalize them. Like, let's just assume that all women are even crazier than they used to be. Like, we always used to say, man, girls are crazy. But, like, man, these young chicks are all fucked up. Like, they are taking so many drugs. They are a mess. But that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Charlie. So Charlie Kirk gets fucking shot in the neck. I hope you didn't watch it, but you probably did because the clip was everywhere. And he didn't deserve to die. Like, people celebrating the most milquetoast conservative, like a moderate conservative who believed in talking to the other side, and they're cheering the shit on. Like, fucking those people are monsters, they're awful, and they would laugh if it was one of us, okay? They don't care. They don't care. They don't care. It's just basically like, oh, like, it's totally tribal. It's like, oh, he's waving that flag, boom, kill him, don't care, blah, 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 blah. It's like, am I going to get heartbroken at whatever sort of things might come from this? No, I won't. I won't even be shocked. Well, we'll get there in a second. Right now, it's just sad. So the thing to do is be sad and go through whatever emotions you have right now and go through the process. What I would like to see happen is the federal government, like Trump used the federal government to just stop all of these activist, left-wing, decentralized, bordering on terrorist organizations. Like a lot of them are funded through NGO money. Like Reid Hoffman, who's the LinkedIn billionaire, has funded a lot of this stuff. Like who's to blame? We'll find out probably who the shooter was. And then, of course, the conspiracy theories and all of this stuff are like, they're all over the place. It's like, well, Israel did it because blah, 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 blah. And so, of course, Israel did it. That's why they use like a bolt-action gun as like a nod to like when they killed JFK. But like they put all the trans stuff in there, so he'd blame the trans, and so now everybody's all confused and whatever. But at the end of the day, left-wing explosive rhetoric is what caused this. And so I blame the media. And next I would blame the politicians. I think politicians are less than useless. Like I saw Republican senators more upset about a bomb full of narco-terrorists, like a boat full of narco-terrorists, the drug guys, getting blown up than over the guy who got them all fucking elected. Like, Charlie Kirk raised a bunch of money for these guys. Like, Charlie Kirk, and I'm not a fan of Turning Point, okay? I was not a fan of Charlie Kirk. Like, I was not. I'm like, okay, well, great. You're getting more normie Republicans into the pipeline. Which, maybe that's the thing. But I'd rather get more Nick Fuenteses in the pipeline and then have a real conversation with the left on what the future is going to look like when you have a bunch of those kids running around. Because then they might actually listen. Like, if you're milquetoast and moderate, they'll fucking shoot you. Or as opposed to, like, the guys that they're scared of, I don't think they're going to fucking touch. So, it's September 11th. We're all a little bit sad and shocked. I don't really... Let me just check some things that I wrote. Because, yeah, keep track of all the shitty people in your timeline and friends or family who say anything negative about this or just, like, gloat or just... They're full of fucking glee. Cut them off. I think that there needs to be RICO charges. So, you know, there's what we should do as a people and then what we should do as individuals and whatever. I think the government needs to do RICO charges against this left-wing terrorism stuff because it is funded through NGOs, and those NGOs are operating in multiple states, and it's like, it's fucking domestic terrorism. Like, can we just agree with that? And so I think we need to shatter the money, like the money behind this stuff needs to be shattered. And then these organizations need to be shattered. And then their minions need to be scared. They need to be scared and running wondering what's going to happen to them. Let me see. The Democratic rhetoric didn't help. So something I've noticed is like a lot of ass covering in the media. So at first the media was like, oh, you know, Charlie Kirk might have been struck by a, you know, like somebody celebrating the bullet. I think that was MSNBC. And some guy at MSNBC said something shitty too, and he wound up getting fired. But there's a lot of this stuff of, oh, the right needs to cool down the rhetoric. Like, the right's rhetoric isn't the fucking problem. Trump's rhetoric isn't the problem. It's not like there's a whole rash of right-wing people going out and fucking shooting people. And then the stuff, like the false equivalence with, you know, school shootings, even though, granted, Charlie Kirk was assassinated at a fucking college. Like, he was assassinated in front of a bunch of college students, but, you know, an assassination like that and a school shooting ain't the same. But at the same time it is, because personally speaking, I bet he was, like, murdered by some crazy leftist. That's going to be my prediction. I'm going to read Amy's comment. He had an eidetic memory, and I believe you do too. He was a consumer of information, and honestly a very similar ability, and could be a master debater. Yeah, master debater. Yeah, I wonder how the South guys feel after the fucking episode they made. We're talking about Charlie Kirk. I hope they feel bad. If Bree was here, I would tell you what I really think should happen. I'll kind of describe... Well, actually, I'm going to go back. So, Charlie Kirk was a smart guy. I do have an eidetic memory, but I also partied for a long time deliberately to damage my memory. My memory was too good. Like, when you first met me, Amy, I was too smart, and it was just crushed. Like, it was just destroying me. So, partied hard, dropped it down, good, like... 10 points, and now I'm talking to you guys. What's up? I'm fucking dumb. Oh, they removed the episode? Oh, damn. Well, maybe they don't want to get schmott, too. So, man, I really hope those guys are fucking taking a long look in the goddamn mirror. I hope a lot of people are, but they're not. Like, I expect most people on the left to not have any sort of, like, reflection on the way that they've been acting over it. If they do, that'd be great. Because again, Charlie Kirk was like he was not a bad guy. He was a nice guy. I feel bad about making fun of him a little bit. I actually do. I do feel bad about making fun of him. Where is the point where I was going with any of this stuff? Eidetic memory and debater. I could. Like, I might end up debating people. We'll see what this channel does. And also my real estate channel. And I'm just going to kind of go where the energy flows. Like, I know at some point I'll be like a debating, influency guy. Let's talk about that real quick. I don't have a piece of paper. I do have a piece of paper. But I don't have anything on it. Because I don't like to write words. So something I've been doing is looking at, like, what do I actually believe? Like, what are my political beliefs? What do I believe about history? What do I believe about men and women? You know, what do I believe about humans? What do I believe about diet and exercise and sleep and all of this other stuff? I'll get to your comment in just a second. Actually, I will read your comment, so I can always get back to this paper. No, they won't, but it will contain a bunch of people that were on the fence, are moderate to go Republican. And again, I think it's going to turn right wing. I mean, the person who probably, and I don't want to make any speculations about this, guys, because I don't know what's going to happen. Like, this is something where it's like, I actually don't want to make predictions. I made a prediction a long time ago. Like, this was, listen, we'll just say within a year after 9/11. So it was like 24 years ago. And I saw that the future of humanity is public insurrection, global insurrection. And the people everywhere would just fucking kill their leaders. Because I think that's what we're just barreling towards as a civilization. Like, everybody's mad, everybody's pissed off, everybody should be pissed off. Our leaders suck. Just a second, I gotta see if that was a baby or just a wave. Sometimes she kicks the wave machine, and the wave machine winds up pointed at the monitor, and then the monitor picks up the big waves, but nothing else. But I'm gonna turn it off, otherwise we're just gonna have the ocean in the background the whole time. And not even like it's going to cut in and out. So you're like, oh my God, the ocean, it's so nice. And then like, wait, the ocean's gone. So I will spare you all that. Didactic memory, debating this thing. So I'm just getting clear on my beliefs. So do these people fit into my belief system? Yes. Oh, good. We can be friends. We're friendlies. We're friends. Maybe we'll talk about something that's on the belief system. And if they're not, you can get wrecked. Like, I live in a very blue place. Actually, I did think of something that we can do, Amy, but we'll get to that in a second. But I live in a blue place, around a bunch of liberals and Democrats, and, most aren't happy about this stuff. There's definitely the ones that are, but most people are decent people. Like, when I go over to my wife's family's house, nobody's going to be cheering about this. Because they actually do believe in, like, civics in the system and that kind of crap. And I don't want to make predictions. Let's put it this way. If somebody Timothy McVeigh'd CNN, though, I wouldn't care. I literally, or MSNBC, I wouldn't shed a fucking tear. Like, there wouldn't be one. I might feel sorry for, like, the janitor who's, like, winds up getting caught in the blast. Like, those sort of, and, like, admin or whatever. But, like, if they got on-air talent and a whole bunch of it, like, man, and if they even got some, like, editors and publishers and maybe even, like, an investor or two, that'd be... I'm not going to call that justice, but I wouldn't be upset. I just wouldn't be upset. Like, the amount of race baiting, rage baiting, anti-white, fuck MAGA, fuck Republicans, fuck the military, fuck... anything that's white or American. Like, after, I was kind of sick of it 10 years ago, but after like an additional 10 years of it, just fucking go die. Like, I just, whatever. And I'm not calling for it, but I'm also not calling for it. I want to be clear. I am not calling for violence. I'm not calling for violence either. I am agnostic on violence or no violence. Chats isn't good, and that's about as spicy as I think I should say anything. In the private chats and what people are talking about at home and around the kitchen table and whatever is the right wing's really mad, and we have a country that's nothing but, like, it is a right-winging country. This is a very, very right-wing conservative country. Oh no, I hear a bunch of beeping in the background. Paw Patrol's going on. It's just crazy over here. Now, there's also questions on, was this more than like just some tranny doing something? Because it might be. Like, I'm not sure. I'm going to pull something up and just do a quick search, and I doubt Google's going to help me with it, but we're going to go ahead and try. You guys can go along with the ride. There we go. Google. And I'm going to go over here, and then I'm going to do picture in picture, and we go here. Oh, look, it's working. That's great. So I'm going to do search. And it's going to be how many AFD members have died in the past 30 days. According to multiple news reports published in... Let me see if you can actually see this. I'm going to move it over a little bit so it's right here. We'll do AI overview. According to multiple news reports published in early September 2025, 7 alternatives for Germany, AfD candidates, died in weeks leading up to the September 14th local elections in North Rhine-Westphalia. For clarity, this occurred within a 30-day period ending on the current date, September 11th. 7 deceased candidates, 7 fucking right-wing candidates all magically died. Consisting of 5 direct candidates and 2 reserve candidates. Police investigations found no evidence of foul play in death of candidates. Causes of death indicated natural cause and pre-existing heart conditions. 7 fucking candidates? Are you serious? So yeah, I don't fucking think that was an accident. It's probably the heart attack gun that the CIA has. Now I'm gonna switch the screen back to here. That's my show. I wish I had more, Amy. Actually, I'm gonna go back. Okay, the more hand wringing over that. I'm actually let's get on the hate site for a little bit. And if you guys have anything you want to talk about or want me to talk about, please give me some ideas here. Because again, I'm just sad. I'm just kind of sad about all this shit. I don't think it's good. I think it's just a terrible, terrible thing for America and humanity in general. Let's see. Actually, I am going to go back here real quickly before we jump onto X and talk about something. You know, I waited a little while to do a stream. Like I thought yesterday, and I had the space yesterday to do a stream because I was like, oh my God, Charlie Kirk, and everybody jumped on and did a stream. But like, I don't think that's what's appropriate. I didn't think it was warranted. Like, I understand why they did it, but, you know, like, everybody just sitting there, like, is he alive? Looking for updates and streaming on whether he was updated so they could film their reactions to whatever, and, like, we need to go live right now, and, you know, I get the newsy aspect of it, but it's, you know, a little bit of fucking protocol, like, decency. Like, this guy's got kids who aren't going to understand he's dead. That's how young he was and how young they are. Like, I pictured his little girl just, like, bopping and eating, like, breakfast this morning and not understanding what's going on. Same with his son. And that got to me. So I think that, you know, everybody just needs to take a little bit of time about this. We need to take some time and not puke all over the place. Dan Lamborghini just said, just to touch on something you said about friends talking shit, please jump on. I would appreciate it. New post. Oh, that actually. Oh man, I'm so glad all that happened at the same time. PTA. But you know, jumping on this stuff, people just need to say prayers for the family. That's it. Just say prayers for the family. Go home, hug your kids. Like, we can pick all this shit up tomorrow. And so I said that I didn't have like an answer for all of this stuff. But I can tell you. Can you hear this? Do you hear that? This is my life. This is my life. You're going to see me walk around in my pajamas because of a cat. Okay, but I read your comments, Dan Lamborghini, I'll be right there. And you get to look at my shorts. My shorts. Finish, yes. Do you want to go outside? Hey, come on, kitty. You want to go outside? Come on. Come on. I'll even open the door for you. Can you believe it? Oh, and I have a couple more. I got 2 more things. Okay, so, and I'll read your comment in a second. So I was pretty goddamn angry about this, if I'm being honest. Like, I did get, you know, sad is really the big thing, but there was definitely pissed off there. And so yesterday, when it was, like, uncertain on whether he was dead or not, I worked on my traps. Like, I went and I just lifted heavy weights. And then this morning, I woke up and I was pissed off, and I took my kid to school. And just kind of generally upset about this stuff. And so I called Dad on the way back. Talked to him on my glasses. I mean, Dad was a Marine in Vietnam, and he lived through the 70s and 60s, so maybe he's a good dad to talk to. And we talked, and we had a good conversation. And then we get home. I took my daughter on, like, a 10-mile bike ride. Like, we went down to downtown. And then the trail system. So Bellingham has, like, a forested trail system all throughout the city. So it's like, I'm going to take the trail system to downtown. And then she's like, let's go to park. And so we went to There's basically a park downtown right next to the water. It's a pretty cool park. Go there. She's playing with another little kid, and then we go to the wharf and check out all the boats there. And then what do we do? Oh, we swung by Daddy's new work because they moved my offices to like right on the water. It was cool. A little small, but I get it. Not many realtors in the offices these days. So then check that out. Okay, cool. And then we decided to head back and do the long bike ride back. And it cleared my head. So general advice, work out when you're really mad. If you're feeling a little sad and lost, go for a really long bike ride or just check out for a bit. I'm going to go to your comments and then try to find out whatever the hell I was talking to. So Dan said, just to touch on something you said about friends talking shit, I came to a point where I can finally say I've defined an appropriate boundary. I believe in natural rights, the Bill of Rights, and the Constitution. Those rights come from God, not the government. And I'm actually with you. I'm interested in studying taking a constitutional class on the founding of the United States, because we might need a new founding. Amy, honestly, Scott Adams went on, and I was happy and just to sit there with the other people, but I should have just called you. Yeah, thanks for texting. I would have been more responsive, but I really take my time with that kind of stuff. I did watch Scott for a little bit, but when I realized he was just scanning Twitter like I was, I'm like, eh. And yeah, so part of the reason I'm doing a show is also because I wanted to reach out to you guys, and like, I don't know, we've been talking for 5 years now, and I've often talked about the bad things, so I figured I should probably get on here and talk about some bad things. Back to Dan Lamborghini. I will respect anyone who is on that team, no matter our beliefs. I will respect them as long as they respect me. The extremist left and Islam don't fall into that category. But I believe most normal humans, no matter where they are, will respect that. I agree with that. So we'll talk about the Muslims in a second. The crazy leftoids. So really, I should be talking to Kane about this one. So I don't know if you guys are aware of it, because we're all a bit older. I mean, we're all in our 40s. Like, we have no clue what the online environment is for the far left on fucking Discord. Like, nobody over 40 gets it. Maybe nobody over 35. I bet some people over 30 get it. Like, they participated in it. But these guys are demons. Like they're just awful. They're awful. And they're all on drugs. They're on drugs, and they're fucking awful, and they're demonic. Like, the drugs are probably how the demons are entering their body and taking over and animating it. With these weird fucking sacrificial, like, oh yeah, I love killing babies and fucking conservatives. Punch a Nazi. Incidentally, on Punch a Nazi, communist lives don't matter. That's going to be the theme of the new right. That one I will predict. Communist lives don't matter. Now for solutions. I'm going to go to solutions before I do. So I tomorrow am going to a PTA meeting. I'm going to own the libs at the PTA meeting. And we'll just go from there. I have ideas on how to navigate it. I would talk offline about how to navigate it. My battery's at 43%. Thanks, glasses. It's really cool. These things are sick, by the way. They're pretty fucking cool. Sudanis says they're very evil. They are evil. They're fucking just so twisted, and they're really gross too. And they don't even realize that. Like, a lot of them just don't even have a clue on how fucking awful and crazy they sound. Like, for them, it's normal. Like, I live in this. I'm in the West Coast. I'm in fucking progressive town in the West Coast in Washington. Trust me, I get it. And a bunch of them don't get it. Like, they're not that bad of people until, like, cheering for the fucking hangings of the day, and then they're like, we just see that feralness come out. They're gross. They're basically like French revolutionaries. That's a way of thinking about the left, or commies. I'm going to take off the glasses. And I'll have to link you a channel I've been watching. It covers nothing but the far left. Yeah, you can link it to me. Yeah, send it that way. If you could do it in Telegram, it's easier for me to look through that than YouTube comments. I might watch it. I've been limiting the amount of information that goes into my head quite a bit. There's like a handful of things. Like I still like listening to Daryl Cooper and Scott Horton. They have a new show, Provoked, which is totally worth watching. It comes out every Friday. Daryl Cooper and Scott Horton, Provoked. One's a libertarian. One is, I think he calls himself a bleeding heart right-winger, which I can relate to. I can actually... Daryl Cooper, I think, has a good view of reality. I would actually argue that we're sympathetic nerve. He and I jive. We both do jiu-jitsu too, so fuck yeah. PTA, back to the PTA. So, so we got, I've talked about this stuff for quite a while, which is we need to build a area intelligence study. There's a book you can buy in it. I encourage buying it and reading it. It's called the Area Intelligence Handbook by Mike Shelby. It's only a digital book, unfortunately, so you're going to have to, look at a computer to read it, which I find to be annoying, and I don't like reading on computers. But it's probably better than reading Silo. I'm reading Silo right now, which has been, entertaining, and it's a way of, having my brain escape, and Jules is, an awesome character. She's awesome. But this writer's fucking terrible. This guy's made so much money off of Silo, and it's not that good. It's a little bit upsetting. You're just like, what the fuck is this? Did a 12-year-old write this? What is this? But anyway, it's got its hooks in me, and I want to see how Jules fares. So, and also, why are the silos there? And what's going on? That's my rant on Silo. The show's pretty good, too. If you can get through the first 2 episodes, if you can stomach them, because, there's some woman director, so it's got to be look, we're powerful women, and look at how powerful and awesome we are. You're like, oh my God, it's going to be one of the powerful women got blasted. Okay, maybe it's just, and then the whole show is like a whodunit, whatever, and it doesn't relate to the book whatsoever. It's totally just does not relate to it. Oh, did you watch Silo? Because once you get past that crap, you're like, man, Jules is awesome. And that actress, I can't think of her name. But I think part of the appeal of her is she's like royalty. She comes across as a royal. Do you know what I mean? The mother in Dune. She's beautiful, but she's not she's elegantly beautiful as opposed to, man, I want to fucking smash them. I can't say that. Kane might be watching, or Donovan. But what I would do to those Sydney Sweeneys. Anyways, I'm done. On the subject of fucking that ass. PTA. I'm talking about kids PTA. So, Area Intelligence Handbook, we got a, and this is all of us. I'm going to actually say, everybody who is not crazy left, listen to me. Even little 14-year-old Kane over there in 7, 8, is Donovan 7 or 8. He looks like he's fucking 20. But even him, Area Intelligence, let's figure out who the movers and the shakers are. You could do this at a school. You could figure out who's the king of this school, who's the queen of this school, who's the kid who's most likely to shoot up the school. Who's most likely going to go to Yale and get a job at private equity. And then create this chart on basically winners, losers, movers, shakers, freaks. That, we'll just say that's the thing for school. And then, network with the people who are doing the things you want to do. What is the trajectory of your life? And who are the kids that are headed in that direction? And then you all team up and you push in the same direction. Okay? That would be a smaller scale of doing it. Whereas, I'm over here at Commie Land. Oh, I was going to say something about the commies. I need to mention that in a minute. But not this exact second. Long story short, everybody hates commies. But the PTA. So, my kid's in preschool, kindergarten. She's in kindergarten now. Already hit it off with the teacher. This school has the equivalent of an honors program in 2nd grade. So the kids who nail kindergarten and 1st grade get to go into that. So I'm like, okay, cool. And I'm checking out the clubs. And it's wait a second. Where's the Asian kids? What's the Asian kid club? Is there a Go club that I can get my kid in school at? And so networking with those kind of people. But the PTA gives me a chance to, see who the parents who do things are, like who are the movers and shakers among the parents, and then how to influence the PTA in a direction that I want to. And that looks like really allying with people who are on the same side as me, and then doing things to support them and doing things to support the people or not support the people I'm against. But I don't think that me trying to be at the front of the PTA or trying to take over the PTA would, yield great results. Amy, you might be in the same situation. It's like, actually, I'm going to use Amy as an exaggeration. Like, Amy, are you in the PTA? And if not, I'm still just going to walk through Amy in the PTA, because I think that would explain everything to everyone. So Amy's probably going to walk into the PTA. Hey, Bree's in the house. Holy fuck, put your hands together. It's been a while. We're good to see you, Bree. Good to see you. Here is, you joined the channel where we're not calling for peace, but we're not calling for peace. We're a little bit agnostic and sad. We're talking PTA. You can hop in on this. So Amy, let's just say Amy walks into the PTA, and let's just say Amy's wearing her, I got 6 million views on Instagram, working it coat. Okay. And you walk in there like that. And then you also use your strong suit. So Amy is a great communicator, very charismatic, and has the ability to get people's attention. And so you walk in there and you're like, hey, what's up? I'm Amy. And everybody automatically assumes that you were trying to take over. And by that, you just doing that. And Brian's in the house. Everybody's here. What up, Brian Clark? What up, Brian Clark? You and Bree talk some crazy shit. The rest of us are going to... A burn book, but for networking. What's a burn book? Is this like Fahrenheit 451? I'm going to ask Perplexity. Just a second here. Where you go here. This looks like X is racist right now. Perplexity. What is a burn book? I'm like South Park. A burn book is a physical digital notebook where individuals write derogatory comments, rumors, insults about another. No, I am not talking about a burn book. What the fuck are you... This is why you're not taking over the PTA, Amy. So, no, well, what? I mean, maybe sort of Tiger Dad's Club. Okay, but it's not... Yeah, but that's not a burn book. We're not mean girls here. We're trying to do something else, which is with 3 people you can take over a county. But with that, you need to do the area intelligence first. You have to do all this stuff. So Amy, so you could walk into the PTA dressed in your Lady of the Night attire, and then go in and be like, hey, everybody. And then it's going to piss off some people. You're going to get some people on your side, but it's just going to constantly be daggers. And you're looking for a fight the whole time. A fight you probably don't win. And the reason for that is actually the same reason that Republicans keeping their powder dry right now would be pretty smart. I think that the administration needs to go after people as hard as they possibly can using the tools that they can, and they really need to push as hard as they can. These guys need to just crack some skulls. With that said, they can't be a dictatorship. And the reason is that they don't have institutional support. They do not have enough support to take over things. There's too many institutions in their way. There's just too many people who just say, fuck no. And so you'd run into the same problem trying to take over a PTA that way. However, let's just say Amy walks in, but she's dressed down a little bit more conservative. Maybe she's got her hair pulled in a ponytail and she's got the baseball cap. Less makeup, a little bit of makeup, but less. Definitely you're not, and no fake eyelashes. You're not trying to win this thing. You're a mom who's concerned and just wants to get to know other moms who are concerned. And maybe the Tiger Dads too. Okay? And so sit back and just basically you make your list. Friends and enemies. Maybe call it something else, but it's people I might want to talk to. People who I might disagree with. Whatever, in case somebody finds it. And so what you do is you find out who the movers and the shakers are on your side and who the movers and shakers are on their side. Who is the low-hanging fruit? Who could switch sides? Who's influenceable? Who are the fanatics? Like your fanatics are going to be kind of like the rear guard. And then how can you influence the whole thing without even having to do anything? Like without having to be the PTA president. And what would be an example? You could do this by asking questions. And let me try to think of an example that might make sense. I don't know. And so my school is... Bone Book is a Mean Girls reference. Yeah, I got that. Perplexity already told us. I think a little raptor. By the way, Jurassic Park's sick. If you guys are looking for a book to read again, Jurassic Park. Recommend it. Amy, PTA, blah, 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 blah. Somebody comes out and they're like, okay, there's a proposed ban on smartphones, and I don't want there to be a smartphone. Like, I don't want there to be a smartphone fan because if my kid's school gets shot up, how am I going to get in touch with my kid? And then that's when you can say something like, excuse me, like, I understand, like, school shootings are making all of us crazy. Like, we all, maybe, like, many of us think about it when we drop our kids off every single day. It's in the back of our mind. But if we're just looking at statistics, like, our kids probably aren't going to get shot in school. They are going to be on social media and see terrible things on YouTube if they have phones. They're going to be exposed to more cyberbullying as a result of it. And it's also causing test scores and grades to go down. So I understand that people have concerns about, school shootings, but I'm not sure that that needs to be the only thing that we care about, especially when it comes to something like a phone. Like, if there's a shooting, we're going to hear about it and we're going to find out what happens. Like, the phone's not going to make any difference whatsoever in this one category, but in this other category, it's going to make all the difference in the world. Thank you. I just want to say my piece. Shut up. Just sit back and shut up. And so just saying little things that, like, you're going to find out who your allies are. You're going to do a little bit of stuff to, like, this middle group that can be persuadable. So you're influencing them, but you're not, like, directly going after your enemies or directly after the PTA president or anything like that. Oh, crap. I'm sorry. You should have told me. I'll fix this. There we go. We're back. You can always say, hey, Jacob, your screen looks all weird. And I'll be like, I know my screen looks weird. Shut up. My screen looks weird. I better fix it. I'm down with the super tiny smartphones. I am down with the dumb phones. Like, I almost want to get a flip phone, like one of those screeny flip phones, because I do think it's a really cool technology. And, like, not walking around with this brick would be kind of cool. And actually, I just want to get away with phones. I just fucking hate them so much. Like, they really have destroyed civilization. I remember a time in 2007 before, like, the phone dropped. Amy, you might even remember this. Remember when we used to get coffee and talk to people? And nobody was on their phone, and we all sat at Starbucks looking very important and dressed up and posh. Like, believe this or not, Kane and any young you guys who are watching this stuff, we used to go places and talk to each other, and nobody was on their phones. And it was a very different world. I'm not going to say it was better in a lot of ways, but at the same time, it wasn't. People are actually nicer now. Let me see. Super tiny. I just got a Google Pixel 10 Pro. Cool. I got an iPhone 16 Pro Max. It's really good. Oh, man. Is that like a hair crank? I think that's just hair. Just a second. I got to pause the stream. I got a hair in my case. Looks like a dog hair, too. It's pretty fine. Oh. Yeah, it's okay. It was just a hair, guys. It's just a hair. Just a hair. Come on, the fuck? Dude, the sticky hair, no wonder it was under there. This thing's dirty. I need to clean it. Just a second. I'm going to turn off my show. I'm not going to turn off my show, but it's an okay phone. But, like, I got to be honest. What would fucking Steve say? What the fuck would that guy say? Just be like, God damn it. Men are men and women are women. What is this stupid bullshit? I like to think that's what Steve would say. And notes what I'm saying. I could tell you big losers out of this. It's the trans community. They're going to lose. They're going to lose real bad. Because the trans community is some of the people who are doing a lot of celebrating online about this kind of stuff. And they're like, yay, the fascist is dead. The normal conservatives who are now fascist. Like, God, it's just so fucking stupid. Like, sorry, hear one of my kids whining. Or maybe it's one of the pups on the Paw Patrol. It's kind of hard to tell. Like, all the kid shit's just kind of like, which is why my kids sound like. I'm running out of things, so I'm going to go ahead and just go to Twitter and check in on how everybody's doing. Got anything you want to talk about? Any comments, questions? Please let me know. Do this. I might need to resize that. Let's go right down here. We're going to drop down here. So then we scoot this over here. Let's just see how totally sane everything is in here. I do love a dog. Ba-ba-da-ba. Anyone close to Trump? Oh yeah, I bet Donald Trump's fucking mad. I bet Donald Trump is really fucking pissed off about this. Another U.S. Army officer celebrating and justifying his Kirk. So that's something. We're going back real quickly here, but boop. For the people at home, remember I said you should just take note of the people who are celebrating this kind of thing and just don't be friends with them? Well, the right wing is taking notes. And if you remember how in 2020, everybody was building like lists to come after conservatives. Oh no, I haven't even said a damn thing about 9/11 yet. To answer your question, Bree. Good question. Good question. Thanks. Keeping me on track. But they're creating a database of everybody who says something terrible. There's somebody from Perkins Coie being terrible. Campaigns with Miss Most Main blah. We want revenge. We want revenge. We want revenge. Cernovich, I'm actually just going to do Cernovich's timeline because that'll explain a lot of this stuff. I'm going to read through this stuff. It's not the left. It is people. Priscilla Chan, Lauren Powell Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Reid Hoffman, Bill Gates, and the others who give billions of dollars to the enemies of civilization. They hide behind front groups and NGOs, but they're the ones responsible. So he's going after the billionaire class. Like, that's who we want to go. And that's part of the thing that's about populism at the moment. Like, I think we are, in our lifetimes, guys, we're going to see the death of neoliberalism, and we're going to see the death of neoconservatism. And what we're going to see is populist left versus populist right. And we'll just see how that goes. Like, the right really needs to get its shit together and organize if it's going to stand any chance. Like, I know they have the energy and the normies, but, like, the right sucks at organizing. Like, they're really bad at it. And the left is just great at it. They're like, oh, we're going to have a barbecue? I love it. We're going to go get the fascists? Let's have a barbecue! Woo! And they love a party and everybody's like, oh my God, look at Sharon's hat. She's so crazy. Oh my God. Whereas, like, all the conservatives are like, your bag isn't Gucci enough. Or whatever. I mean, the fucking... the rednecks got allowed into the tent, but it's still kind of like the Republican Party. Anyways, MAGA is in the process of taking over the party. Within 8 years, it will be the MAGA party. Like, republicanism, conservatism will just be MAGA. Like, that's done. And the left will come up with something like that. Let me see. Ba-ba-da-ba. She's saying yes. BB, LGBTQ. Bring back LGBTQ. How about we just bring back LG and just stop there? How about LGB? The T's have cost you a lot of problems, and I think Q's are just... what the fuck are the Q's and the G's doing together? Like, why is queer a fucking sexual identity? It just means you're a weirdo. Fucking hate this stupid... I want to call it Coomer shit. Barbie LGBTQ. Dude, go take your Barbie feminism elsewhere. God, I missed you, Brie. Fucking need to yell at some bitch. Anyways, let's go back over here. which is impacting my chat a little bit. I can't. I screwed up Bree. This is why I need like a fucking director. Anyways, we're going back to Cernovich's. Here's Grums. He was a guy who worked on World of Warcraft. There's no confirmation the shooter was on the left, but there is plenty of confirmation that the left loves the shooter. 59,000 likes. That is correct. New Ireland's Prime Minister says that the phrase Ireland for the Irish is equivalent to incitement of violence. Well, there's a cucked-ass country. Which is really sad. Like, Ireland's gotten something like, I think the island's now 30% migrants in the last, like, 12 years or something. Like, it's fucking insane. The immigration in Ireland is crazy. And they're a fucking island of, like, they are the oppressed. Like, the Irish are the oppressed. What the fuck did Ireland do to anybody? Statement from Tucker Carlson. I mean, we're going to give his children money, which, you know, they're going to make so much, like, his family's set. This is actually something I want to make a point about. Like, Charlie Kirk's family's set. They're totally set. They're set for life. Oh, and I'm screwing up the screen. But that's part of the thing that made me real, you know, I've known this for a while. Money ain't everything. So Jessica and I do pretty well. We don't do amazing. We're not making tons of money, but we do pretty well. But really what we do well at is, like, our kids are loved. Like, Cordelia is beloved in her class. Like, Larissa, we'll see how that one turns out. But she's pretty great. She's pretty good. Like, they're both great kids. And it's a function of us being loving parents who are around our kids. Like, we don't stick them in daycare all day. We're like, hey, I love you. You're wonderful. And they're like, like, okay, cool. And that's what's important. Like family and the little kiddies and that kind of thing. Like, those kids would fucking trade all the money in the world for their dad right now, I guarantee you. And he says LGB trying to distance themselves from a lot of the TQI plus because of the backlash. Yeah. Well, here's the problem with a lot of the TQI. They're mentally ill. Like, I'm just going to fucking say it. Like, and I'm just going to, you know, I'm going to guess that the shooter's trans. Like, all shooters are trans until proven innocent from my perspective, unless they're black. But that goes without saying. Okay, so, you know, we have these people who are crazy. Like, can we just agree that, like, you know, 10 minutes ago, like, trans was crazy. You're not allowed to say crazy. But I am, so fuck it. Like, I'm going to say crazy. You can take this, shove it up your crazy ears. But the crazy people who are depressed, spend way too much time online, are socially isolated, and probably have autism. And so their parents are like, oh, look at my unhappy kid. I'm just going to pump them full of pharmaceuticals. And they're like, grr. And then it's like, oh, so how are you doing, little Timmy, with all of your... My name is Sharon. Oh, my beautiful little trans kid. We better give him fucking hormones. And so we're taking psychotropic drugs that do God knows what to the brain, and then we're giving them hormones, which does God knows what to their endocrine system. Actually, that one we have pretty, like, clear evidence on. Fucking giving people testosterone makes them violent and crazy. Giving men estrogen makes them violent and crazy. So... Or giving men fucking testosterone makes them violent and crazy. Like, something I don't think women have yet to really reconcile yet. Like, and this is real talk for a second. Fucking, if it snaps, like, if it really, if this shit breaks loose, good fucking luck left. Good luck, guys. Like, and Dan said something about they're organized, and I'm going to look at their, like, thing in a second. But, like... Men have such a capacity for violence that women don't understand it. Like, I talk to my wife about it pretty regularly. And it's like, how often do I think about killing somebody? Like, how often do I think about grabbing somebody's face and just smashing in the fucking concrete and then grabbing a rock and smash? Every day. Every day I think about this. Now, maybe it's because I grew up in, like, the top 20 most dangerous cities in the fucking world, or, like, I managed an apartment right off of, the second most dangerous street in the United States of America. Albuquerque fucking sucks, and maybe I have, like, you know, like, PTSD, Albuquerque, like, default violence, New Mexico brain. But I like to think there's a lot of guys out there like me, and if we fucking chose some violence and mayhem, women couldn't do fuck of shit about it. Really, you can't. And if you're also going up against the hunters, forget about it. Like, sure, the left can learn how to shoot, and they are. The left are definitely getting better with guns, but fucking some good old boy hunters who like to go out on the weekend and have been doing that since they were 2 don't have a chance. So Dan S. says, some are crazy, some are very well organized. Yeah, the left has a lot of organization, but it also has like a lot of mental illness. PTS quirks. Yeah, PTS quirks. That's I like your words. I missed your words, Bree. And the left is pretty organized, but the left is also in fucking shambles right now. Like, it's go time, guys. Where is that going? I was talking about fucking... Oh, the train. Oh, the crazy people. Oh, we're back. Okay, so we're going to click this real quickly, and we're going to go back to Twitter. And sorry that wasn't there. Okay, I don't know why we're talking about Israel. Priscilla Chan and Mark Busberg, a multi-billion-dollar slush fund to far left-wing radicals. Some of this money went to open borders. Some of it went to fund North Carolina groups to help get criminals out of jail. They were funding domestic terrorism. Oh, we haven't even talked about that chick who got fucking stabbed in her neck. Son of a bitch. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to scroll through this right. Actually, I might for every once in a while where I'm thinking about this stuff. So we haven't talked about the girl. I guess they were there and they likely witnessed it. Are we talking about Israel again? They might. I mean, like... Little girl tried writing to her dad once it happened. Fuck, that's so awful. That's so awful. Oh god, that's terrible. Shit with kids, man. Kids makes it different. It makes it really different. It makes it a lot more personal and real and just awful and sad. Because it's like shattering the innocence of children is the worst thing. Like, we should do our best to preserve our innocence as much as possible. Like, I understand that everything about this culture is gross and they're just trying to turn our sons into fucking little demons and our daughters into whores and whatever. But, like, fucking, let's keep them innocent as long as possible. And so that's part of, like, that's really the thing that gets me is, like, the innocence lost. That's with, like, that just fucking punches me right in the gut. Cernovich's rant, let me look right here real quickly because that might remind me of what I was thinking of. Oh yeah, the fucking left is... Oh, they are a bunch of like French revolutionaries. They're bloody, violent revolutionaries. Priscilla Chan, Mark, slush fund, terrorism. The girl got fucking stabbed in her goddamn neck. All shooters... Their translucent proved innocent. When's the internet today? All shooters are trans. Okay, sorry, that was a real big run-on sentence. But yeah, I'm down. Who's number 1? Dan's number 1. Damn, man, you got some catching up to. Well, I don't know. I don't know how to read these rankings. It's messing me up. Why you got to give me all kinds of crowns? Dude, you guys missed, and so some of you, by the way, you missed when, like, before Daddy Trump got elected and USAID was, like, defunded, my channel got attacked by bots. Like, it was really weird and gross to watch, and I had to start doing the show privately and do private links to it because I couldn't even read the chat. But I digress. We're talking about the girl. So, fucking Irina, whatever her name is some girl who lived in Ukraine and came here as a refugee, and she got onto a bus, and some dude fucking slit her throat for getting on the bus, and he said, yeah, I got that white bitch. And then immediately afterward, it was just like, she called me the N-word, and like did the whole thing, and talking about the demons in his body, or whatever the fuck he talked about. So this is actually something that I was going to make for Kane. And for young people in general, Breathe, the new show is I talk to 14-year-olds. There's some rules for public transportation. And one is if crazy gets on the bus, you get off the bus. Okay? You don't ride a bus with crazy people. Even if you're a bad motherfucker with 2 black belts in 2 different disciplines and you got a gun, just just leave. Take the next bus. Take a minute. Just chill, okay? Number 2, back against the wall. Like, unless you're in a place that is a high trust area. So I'm in Bellingham, Washington. And there's like, when I ride a bus, most of the time it's to Fairhaven, where all the Richies live. And so it's a bunch of old, like, white boomers on the bus who aren't going to do anything. That's fine. Okay, whatever. But if we're downtown and we're taking a bus to like a slightly rougher neighborhood, back to the wall. And I also make eye contact with everybody. And in general, I look like, I know you all love me as such a lovable, fluffy marshmallow, and I am. But I actually look rather unpleasant when I walk around. And I try to. I'm trying to get really big and unpleasant looking, so people are like, God, that girl's dad's crazy. I don't want to fuck with that. And be like, yeah, that's good. Don't just fuck with this. So Kane. Stay the fuck away from crazy people. Okay? Here's another one for you. Stay away from groups of black people. And I hate to say that. I do, but like, I gotta be honest. I had problems with blacks before Barack Obama ever got fucking elected, okay? Like, there was a couple of times where I had to run from a group of black dudes. And I can tell you that it is way worse right now. It is so much worse right now. And part of it is like the racial stuff that's been pumped out into the ether, like all the race grievance politics, thanks Obama, that got pumped out. Like that's working against you. The fuck white guy narrative, that's working against you. There are people who have been weaponized to just fucking hate you. They've been brainwashed into hating your guts for no other reason than your skin color and your sex. And so much like black kids get the talks about the police, like they have the talk, like you and I got to have a talk about the blacks. Because the knockout game happened. I don't know if Charlie Kirk needs to have a talk about the blacks, but we should definitely talk to his daughters about that. So there were problems, and then the knockout game went viral. And so you had like young black men like recording themselves on social media, just knocking people out and killing them because their heads smashed the ground. It's like, oh, we can't do that. And now it's like, oh, there's a white guy. We better all just run up and start kicking him in the fucking head. And there's a no-win situation. Like, let's just say you're walking down the street and there's a group of black dudes. And you'd be like, hey, what's up? What do you mean by that? Okay, great. You cross the street. Why'd you cross the street? Don't say anything. Why didn't you say anything? Like, if somebody's coming after you and they're looking for an excuse, anything is an excuse. Okay? So just stay the fuck away. Going back to this list, winners and losers. Do your area study. Who's a winner? Who's a loser? What do the winners wear? What do the losers wear? Just choose your adventure, young Western man. And I'm going to say American because the West is kind of fucking bullshit at this point. It's a goddamn joke. And actually, I'd say the Trump administration's a bit of a fucking joke. And the FBI is a goddamn fucking joke. Like, what is Kash Patel doing? He's like, oh, we got the guy. Oops, nope, my bad. We didn't get the guy. Well, why the fucking FBI director come out and say we got the guy when we're still looking for the guy? What the fuck is that? Like, now you really want everybody to think it's an Israeli asset. Like, here's one thing that, I'm not sure people quite expected about the Trump administration. Shockingly, the Trump administration's incompetent. Now, I suspect that they're still going to clean house enough to where we're going to have like a real chance for America in the future. Because even though a bunch of these like progressives are getting replaced by neocons, not the biggest fan. I might take neocons over. I would take them over some of the progressives, not all of them. And I just had an idea on what justice would be, but that's not something I'm going to say. But I'm not. I'm just not going to go there. It's best. I'm not even going to cancel. We're going to move on. So, Kane, what can you do? Stay away from the bleeps. That's what the bus story has to tell you. And also, look at the way people react to that. And also, look at the way the media reacts to it. Like, if you're looking at if you're watching, here's some media literacy for you. Girl gets fucking stabbed in the neck for no reason. Like, just fucking murdered. And then a bunch of people stand around her body. They could have saved her life. Did you know that? They could have they could have saved their life. If somebody had just, like, jumped on her and wrapped her neck and got her to an ambulance in a hospital, she could have fucking lived. Fixing the country begins with chats like these. Thanks, I appreciate that, Dan S. And you know what? God willing, we'll do it. I like to call it the dojo. So if you're talking with some of your friends and you're about to get like real risque for a minute, it's gonna be like, yo, come on over here. We're going to talk in the dojo. And then that's when you can say all the racial slurs and whatever and like just get it all out. And then you can step back out of the dojo and be around the normies again. Daddy Trump isn't going to fix it. No, Daddy Trump is going to build a resort in the Middle East and kill a bunch of fucking Muslims and like help the military industrial complex and help like the grifting old school Republican right, like the Mitt Romneys. But with that said, still getting the Obama bots out of office ain't nothing. Like, it ain't nothing. It gives the right a chance to have some sort of political power again. Because a big thing is just firing these federal workers. Like, cleaning these departments out will make a difference. You know, tripling the budget of ICE is going to make a difference. And we'll just see how all that turns out. But I kind of lost the plot a little bit there. So I'm just going to keep talking. I'm going to go back to poor little Kane. Poor little Cain and his angel eyes. Why does this world have to be so dark and cold for one so young, innocent, and inspiring as he? Donovan's going to be just fine. That's pretty much all I got. So with the bus story, actually I'm going to go back to the bus story, Kane. I ain't giving you no legal advice, financial advice, healthcare, medical advice, whatever. Dude has a fucking knife, you run your ass off, okay? I'd rather fuck with a gun than a knife, okay? And that's no joke. That is no joke. That is experience and knowledge talking. You can ask Dan S. Some guy sitting across the fucking room for you and you're about to go. Do you want him to have a knife or you want him to have a gun? And by the way, that's why you should take jiu-jitsu and grappling. 50% of all shootings in the United States, they rustle for the gun. 50%. You want to get more fucking crazy? All that shit, all these like fucking random encounters are going to happen when you're driving or when you're in your own house. So, good thing you got Brian over there like sleeping with his M4 under the bed. Or I don't know, if we have riots again, it's going to be up on the wall. With some subsonic rounds. So he doesn't blow his ears out. Anyways, where was he going with any of this, guys? Oh, lessons for Kane. So, head on a swivel. Head on a swivel. You're there. Oh, fuck. Some girl just got stabbed in the neck, and there's the dude who's, like, just stabbed her waving around. Keep some distance between you and that guy. You can help her in a second, but that guy is really what you need to be focused on. You don't need to get stabbed too, okay? And so that guy runs off and starts doing crazy shit. Okay, then take your shirt and comply pressure and keep your fucking eyes on that guy and call the cops. Like, hey S word or hey M word, which I can't say because I got all these devices. Hey P word, call them policies. Well, you got pressure and you're just staring. And try to get the brotherhood. Knife beats bolstered gun if under 3 steps away. It does. But even if it's holstered, and I think he meant holstered, but like even if it's in your hand still, like, I'll fucking take it. Like there's a lot, like if the guy doesn't know how to shoot or like even hold a gun, if he's not holding it right, like if it's a low caliber, it might just jam. It might fucking stovepipe. I know I've done it. Like I had tendonitis and I couldn't even fucking shoot a 380. Every round would like just get stuck. And then I don't know if these guys are going to have revolvers. And also you're like hood fucking dumb shits. Like a lot of like, maybe they don't have the safety on or maybe they forgot to fucking pull the slide or whatever. Like you have a lot of malfunctions that have with guns. There's no malfunctions with a knife. Anywho, where else I going with that? Head on swivel, save that life. Keep your ass safe. Number 1, keep your ass safe. Number 3, Kane, little young beautiful Kane. No good happens after 10 o'clock. And I would say no good happens after 9 o'clock. If shit gets crazy, your ass better be home in bed by fucking 7. I want to hear it. They can come over to your friends can go over to your house and party. Like going out partying and having a good time ain't good if there's a lot of political violence in the street. But you live in a city that just has a ton of violence anyways, so yeah, just fucking wake up early and hang out with your friends during the day. because the demons come out at night. They're all in Central, and a lot of them do burlesque, and it's really just disgusting. It's disgusting behavior, people. You should have some self-respect. I'm going to just stop because I'm not going to make that joke. What else for Little Kane? Little Kane. What does this say about the future, and what should you guys do? Sweet Little Kane. Fucking nothing. You go to school and you get good grades and you play ball. And if you see that kid who hit you with the ball, fucking hit him with a bat from Uncle Jacob and say, if you try shit like that again, I will fucking kill you. And you could say that, and you just say, I will fucking kill you. And then you could say, that was from my Uncle Jacob. Or you could just not say that. You just don't even have to say that part. You just want this kid, like, just fucking terrified of messing with you. God damn it, that makes me mad. I'm starting to reach the anger phase, guys. I might have a solution for all of this by next week. Actually, the solution is really, like, you guys got, like, we got to get into our communities and, like, just be members of the community. If we don't rule us, the idiots are going to rule us. The power-hungry idiots. I might end on that note. Oh, wait, I'm sure I had another little lesson there for sweet Angel Kane and his big, beautiful brown eyes. If you saw these brown eyes, Dan S. Bree, you'd cry. Be like, God, what a young Chad. The future's great. It's gonna be great. Like, if you knew my other nephew, like, hopefully nephew. God, I hope my niece marries this kid. But Jonathan, he's got these, like, giant traps and perfect smile. If you saw those traps, you'd know the future's safe in his arms. Really, there was a point. Like, I did want to say, oh, this one goes back to the shooting. What do you guys got to do? Get good grades, stay in school, stay the fuck out. Like, so there's something called fifth generation warfare. Fifth generation war, and the class knows what that is, but it's basically, you know, it's a guerrilla war where everybody's on social media and they're sharing all kinds of terrible shit to each other. I got a texty from my wife. Oh yeah, no, cool. Okay, we're on the good. Okay, we're good. We're sorry. Damn it, I did it again, Kane. You're right. I'm so distracted. You should talk to my producer, Bree. It's her fault. What do you got to do? You guys don't got to do nothing, okay? Sure, there's the flame war that's going to be taking. Like, the thing to do, again, would just be look at who does stuff that's awful. Stay away from the awful people. Who does good stuff that has values aligned with yours? Align with those people. That's it. It's like, that's that side of the fence. This is this side of the fence. We don't cross fence. We don't do that. Get real tribal, have some really good friends that got your back, and just focus on the good friends and forget the bad friends. Like those guys who are shitty and obnoxious and whatever, and you're like, hey, it's okay, but blah blah blah. He says a bunch of crazy shit and he's like already drinking. The kid's a loser and he's done. As a context, like, if kids start fucking up in high school, they usually don't stop once they get to college, if they even go. This political fucking crazy shit is not your responsibility. Your responsibility, if you have such a thing at the moment, would be talking to your friends and saying, if there's don't join the military. Nobody join the military. Everybody talk to your kids and say, no fucking way are you joining the military. And it's not that I have anything against the military. I have everything against our government. So you don't join the military, and then also look at joining a religion that allows you to be a conscientious objector. Like, these guys are trying to start a fucking really big war. And don't go. Like, war happens, we all just fucking revolt. If they try to reinstate the draft, we revolt, by the way. Like that. Oh, my kid's awake. That one would get me to violence as a context. But I gotta go pick up my kid. Love you. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Angels on your pillow. I'm sorry that this was the show that we had, but it is hopefully it was a good show that we had. I love you. Hug your family and friends. It's going to be okay. It's all part of the ride. And I'm going to go. I really got to get my kid. Take care.